Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. Last time Makoto and Kyoko made their way up from the depths of the trash room and made a deal with Monokuma to retry the trial of the mysterious body found in the garden, where if the remaining students of Hope's Peak Academy cannot solve that mystery and every other mystery surrounding the school, well, they'll all be executed. But if they do succeed, they all win against the mastermind. It's the final showdown, and so today we begin the final investigation. Let's go. So yeah, we have a list of places we can explore. Just gonna go over them again. The places to check are the headmaster's room on the 4th floor, the biolab on the 5th floor, the Monokuma door in the data center on the 4th floor, and the 2nd floor of the dorms. In addition, the areas directly connected to Mukuro Ikusaba's death are the garden and dojo. So, yeah, this is going to be a really long investigation. I'm going to split it up into two, essentially. So, let me see. Okay, so yeah, that's 6 places total. Alright, we can do 3 today and 3 in the next part. It's cool. Oh, seriously, this is going to be like a 2-hour investigation. I do try to keep the investigations and trials to one video, but even I'm not that crazy. It's going to be a long one. So we're right here. Let's go ahead and check out the 2nd floor of the dorms. I wonder if they're going to be as nice as the ones we have. The gate's open. We can finally check out the 2nd floor of the dorms, which means I have to do it. All right, and ooh, this is the 2nd floor of the dorms? It looks like some ancient ruins. Or no, it's more like a battlefield, like a bomb blew up here or something. Yeah, it's not looking too good. It is not looking too good. Well, we got one room that's intact over here. If you can call this intact. The bed is completely torn apart. I mean, it's not even really a bed anymore. It's just garbage that holds mono coins. Okay, cool. I'm not complaining. I opened the door just a crack, glanced aside, and immediately closed it again. There wasn't even a hint of a bathroom, just a big pile of rubble. Might that have been something lost in translation? I mean, if it's just a big pile of rubble, why would you immediately close it? You would think there would be something a little more disturbing in there than rubble, because to be fair, this whole area is just rubble. Alright. Well, we got bathrooms right here. This is the girls' bathroom. Even in a place like this, I can't bring myself to go in. What if there were clues, dog? See, that's all they gotta do to stop Makoto. Just throw clues in the girls' bathrooms. He'd never find out. Why does this place look flawless? I mean, there's absolutely nothing to examine here, but wow. Well, they kept good... I mean, they took good care of the bathrooms. I don't know why, but just seeing that there always creeped me out. The freaking Eye of Ra. That is the Eye of Ra, right? We got a giraffe right there. That is some weird graffiti. Seriously, I don't know why, like, that just creeps me out. It just does. You also got blood right there. Yeah, this place looks really messed up. I'm gonna keep centering in on that eye. It's like you see all this destruction and carnage, and then over here you see some perfect walls, and oh look, there's the eye right there. Just, oh, okay. This room is filled with lockers. It must have been for the Hope's Peak students who came before us. The class before ours must have used these lockers. Interesting. Yeah, we got a lot we can examine. A lot. Oh boy. I can't imagine any way to get this locker open. I'm not even going to bother trying. Good. Try this one then. I wonder if I can open up this locker. Nope. Locked. There's a card reader installed on the door. That must be how you get the locker open. After all, it's pretty similar to the card readers for the locker rooms on the second floor of the school. And you have to use your e-handbook to open those up. So does that mean... Well, let's just give it a try. I took out my handbook and ran it across the card reader. And then... No luck. Maybe only the locker's owner can open it, which means none of us can do it. Only the locker's owners can open those lockers. Well, we're just going to assume anyway. I mean, I'm not about to check all of those. No. Oh, I thought that... Okay, cool. Well, it's just a dead end either way you go. I thought, oh, did that circle all the way around to the other dead end? Close to the random room we could go into? Whatever. This room doesn't really feel like a student's room. It has a more adult atmosphere.
Correct.
It's the headmaster's private room. Kyoko!
Indeed.
I've been through this room several times already, but I still have one little regret. So I decided to check it out one more time. Huh? A regret? Well, for starters, is that 3 things? Really? Okay. Oh my god, that's Windows XP. There's a PC on the desk. It must have belonged to the headmaster. Hi, Miss XP.
It would seem...
Whoever used this last, it looks like they were very interested in the ultimate despair. The PC still has some search results left on it. Then we might be able to get some info on the ultimate despair.
However...
There's not much, though. Nothing we don't already know.
In other words...
The ultimate despair isn't one individual, but instead points to some kind of group. That group is responsible for the tragedy, which happened 1 year ago. They're the worst sorts of people, whose driving force comes from despair.
However...
And that's all there is. Not much to it, is there? But I guess that's the best he could do as a complete Kirigiri failure. But any information about the mastermind is helpful, right? I appreciate whatever info we can get our hands on.
Correct.
I see. That's a good outlook to have. The ultimate despair has been added to the truth bullet section. I swear to God, we got that same freaking computer in, like, the lab I work in, or at least in the excess supply room. Like, the exact same panel and everything. Hope's Peak Academy uses Dell computers. My God, it all makes sense. The desk is home to a computer. It must have belonged to the headmaster. That is the same exact panel. Oh my God. A leather chair. I can't imagine a student using something like this. It must have been the headmaster's. Oh, okay. Well, they're just all congregated right here. Huh? There's a strange gap in the wall. Is this some kind of design mistake or a construction defect or something?
So...
There's a gap here, but not just any normal gap. I can feel a breeze coming out. A breeze?
Indeed.
There's likely an open space on the other side of this wall. Open space? Does that mean... You mean like a hidden room? I think I might know how to open it. You know how to open it? Did you figure out some kind of trick or something?
Indeed.
A very easy trick, yes. So easy I'm not sure you can even call it a trick. I saw a program on that PC that I think controls it. Enter the right password and the door should open right up.
However...
But I don't have a clue what that password might be. All we know is it's probably made up of letters and or numbers. We can't really go from there. You're right, it's not nearly enough to go on.
It's true.
I looked through all his paperwork, all the files on the PC, everything I could think of. I learned more about him than I had any desire to, but nothing that might have been his password. When I think of how much time I wasted on this... Jeez. So there's a hidden room she couldn't get into. That's what she meant by regret. I think we can assume that there must be some kind of clue waiting in there. But maybe for her, there's more to it than that. Anyway, if we want to get in there, we need to figure out the password. And if Kyoko can't figure it out, no way do I stand a chance. No, wait, there might be a chance. The password could be something Kyoko wouldn't have thought of, or something she didn't want to think of. For example, what about your name?
What?
Huh? Oh, sorry, I was just trying to think of what the password might be. I'm sure she hasn't tried it. I mean, it's totally understandable. After the way she talked about her dad, the idea that he would use her name as his password. Knowing how she is, I bet the idea never even occurred to her. Do you mind if I try it? Just to be sure?
Well,
It's not like you need my permission. If you want to try it, try it. Do whatever you want. Okay. Well, let's give it a shot. These plain text passwords, man. You know, I'm glad I thought of trying Kyoko's name. But if that's not it, that might just hurt Kyoko even more.
hey,
If you're worried about me, Makoto, don't be. I already know that your guess is wrong. Okay. In that case, here goes nothing. I collected myself, then turned to face the computer monitor. Let me just type the password here. I typed in her full name, Kyoko Kirigiri. My hands were tense, slightly trembling, and as I finished typing it in... What? That did it? Kyoko, it worked!
why?
Why? Kyoko? Without looking at me, she disappeared into the hidden room. She looked grim. Kyoko. Well, let's follow her. Hey, Kyoko? May as well not have even had been in the room. Her gaze was fixed on only one thing. A present? Wrapped and covered with such joy. That's what made it so unusual. There's a brightly covered box here. It seems totally out of place in here. The more I look at it, the more suspicious I get. Should we open it? I'm getting kind of a bad vibe from it. But I mean, we can't not open it. Okay.
Makoto.
Be careful, Makoto. Why? You think it's dangerous? No, not dangerous. But surprising, probably. Huh?
It would seem...
If it is what I think it is. At the very least, it's not something you'll be happy to see. Wait, so you know what's in there?
Anyway...
Just don't scream or anything, okay? Are you saying it's something that'll make me want to scream? Okay, I'm just gonna open it. Step by heavy step, I approached the box. I took a deep breath, then took hold of the lid. Slowly, ever so slowly, I lifted it up. Light began to sneak its way into the box. I stole a hesitant glance inside and... Kyoko's advice was no use. I let out a trembling cry. Yep, them be bones. What was in the box? It was bones. Human bones. It was the last thing I expected to find in such a bright, joyful box. I mean, who could have possibly imagined?
I see.
Just as I thought. What? Just as you thought? How could you have known that? I mean, there were bones in there. Human bones.
Wrong.
Well, it's not that I was thinking of the bones specifically. I just had a feeling it would be his body. That's pretty much the same thing. A dead guy in a box. My father. Huh? What about him?
Correct.
What you found in the box. Those bones. That body. That's my father. Or at least, what's left of him. Are you serious? This is Kyoko's dad? The same man she's been searching for? Hold on. How can you know that for sure? How do you know that's him?
So...
Given all the information we have already, that's the only possible answer. So that same person may very well be the mastermind who planned all this out. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in this school right now. It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. Sure, I told you this already, but This killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. Alter Ego said that the headmaster was probably here in the school, but the only ones who were alive at the start of the killing game were us 16 students. When you put those two ideas together, it doesn't take much to assume,
In other words,
that most likely my father was in this school, but he was also dead. That's my assumption anyway. As Kyoko explained her analysis, she was completely calm. Or no, she wasn't calm. She was only trying to seem calm. She said it was just as she thought, so she knew it was a possibility. But I have to believe that at some point she wanted to be proven wrong, which is why she never looked in the box herself, even though she had plenty of chances. I know Kyoko said she wanted to see her father so she could cut off all ties, but was that all there was to it? I gave up some of that pride. In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. Would she have really given up her pride just for that? I couldn't help but wonder. Hidden room present has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. And about this whole thing, like now I can finally say one thing I wanted to say from the end of the end of the previous chapter with the present we got. But we saw Kyoko's father die way back in the very first part of the game. The little opening movie was actually an execution. The execution of her father, where he was locked up in the Dream Island rocket and shot up in the air and blah blah blah, and his bones were found left inside. Monokuma took them out, put them in that little box, and left it here for Kyoko. So yeah, the very first scene of the game was foreshadowing this. Yeah, it feels strangely familiar because you saw it before in the opening cutscene. So that's why I still found it weird that this was the present we got for the previous chapter. But I guess each chapter is supposed to be a remnant of one particular execution. So I guess since Makoto's execution was failed and Kyoko's execution never happened, we needed another memento from a different execution. So why not the very first one of the game? Still a weird chapter to give it to you, but I guess at that point they want you to start putting two and two together, though I don't think you really would. But yeah, the guy that was killed at the very beginning of the game, that was Kyoko's father. So yeah. Messed up, man. Messed up. No, I feel like I shouldn't make pointless small talk right now. Maybe I should just look around a bit first. This filing cabinet seems like the kind of place you'd find a clue. I should take a closer look. But I don't think Kyoko would like some stranger like me touching her dad's stuff.
Hey.
It's fine. Check whatever you want. Are you sure? Okay then. I went through each drawer one by one, starting from the top. But all I found were piles and piles of unrelated documents. He's pretty dedicated to his job, huh?
Well?
It's just because he didn't have anything else. He could have inherited our family business, our legacy. Instead, he left it all behind.
Now...
If he couldn't even handle a job like this, he would have been that much more of a failure. I'm sure he couldn't stand the thought of that, and it made him desperate. She's speaking out of anger right now. The headmaster's desk. It's probably hiding some kind of clue, so I really want to check it out, but I really don't want to touch Kyoko's dad's desk without her permission. Dog, just go ahead and do it. Don't worry about me. Feel free to look around as much as you like. Are you sure?
Because...
Never let anything get in the way of the investigation. I don't. Okay then, if you don't mind. Starting from the top, I opened all the desk drawers and looked inside. I rummaged through each one, finding nothing but unrelated documents. And the last drawer. Huh? Is this? It's an e-handbook, right? And it has a label on it that says, in case of emergency. I'd found some kind of emergency handbook in the headmaster's desk.
In other words...
A handbook with no limitations given to the school's ultimate authority, The headmaster. I'm assuming that's what that is. I think you're probably right.
It would seem...
It might prove useful as we continue our investigation. Why don't you hold on to it? Huh? But Kyoko. I don't need it. If you don't want it, go ahead and leave it here. Then I guess I'll take it. Is it really okay? Okay, well, we got the headmaster's e-handbook added to the truth bullet section for some reason. Okay. And then... Huh? This picture. It's all faded. It must be pretty old. Wait, is this a picture of... Hey, Kyoko.
Why would you?
Well, this is annoying. I came here to cut myself free of the past, and yet... to now find something like this. So what do you expect me to do now? Then, I was right. It's a picture of Kyoko when she was a little girl. What do you mean you were right? Anybody can tell! Like, well, oh, okay. Knowing the headmaster had this picture all this time, he must have really cared about her.
Why?
Why? What? I wanted to face him and tell him myself, to cut him out of my life for abandoning me. That's the whole reason I came here. And now he's abandoned me again. And this time he even stole the only opportunity I had to move on. Has there ever been a worse father? Kyoko. Photo of Kyoko and Headmaster has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
Hey.
Listen, Makoto. Huh? Can I ask you a favor? A favor? What is it?
So...
I know it's completely unreasonable to ask you this, and I know it'll only inconvenience you that much more, but...
Hey.
Could you leave? Huh?
Correct.
Just for a little while. I just like to be alone for a bit. Kyoko. Don't worry, I'm fine. I just need to calm down a little.
Just
I need to get my emotions in order. You know, Kyoko, you told me before about the relationship you had with your dad. How you're only connected by blood, not by heart and soul. But maybe that picture motivated him. Maybe he hoped to see me again someday. Is that what you were going to say? Well, I mean, he is the headmaster of a school of ultimates, and you are the ultimate detective. Just saying, you know, 2 and 2 together. If so, it's just a theory. Again, no. I'm not going to do it, no. And this isn't an issue that can be settled with theories. That picture doesn't change the facts of what happened, what I went through. That problem can't be solved so easily. You're right. I'm sorry.
Anyway...
Once I've got myself under control, I'll return to the investigation immediately. So please, just give me some time to myself. Okay, I understand. Then, I'll see you later. She gonna cry when we get around the corner. Okay, that was heartless of me. I just wanted to make a Friday joke. I apologize. Is she really okay? Kyoko, it must have been a complete shock to her. I mean, it was a shock to me. To find out what happened to the headmaster. There's no doubt the mastermind performed that evil deed. They killed the headmaster. Killed Kyoko's father. They killed him. The headmaster is dead. The one leading Hope's Peak staff, the one who finalized the plan to isolate you, was the Hope's Peak headmaster. So that same person may very well be the mastermind who planned all this out. According to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in this school right now. But we were wrong about that. The headmaster wasn't the mastermind. Which means the mastermind's true identity is... It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. 15 of us met in the main... theoretically speaking, that could also be mail hall because there were mailboxes there, and you know you can collect the mail in that hall. But pretty sure that's supposed to be main hall. Add Mukuro to the mix, and you get 16. And including me, only 6 of us are still alive. Everyone else is dead. Even Mukuro. Even she's undeniably dead. So the ones still left alive are me, Byakuya, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and Kyoko. Only those 6 people are still alive. Then there's no question. Wait, no, that can't be. I refuse to believe it. There has to be some other way. There just has to be. Well, let's leave this area. You know, let's leave Kyoko alone for a bit. But now we have a master handbook. Maybe, just maybe, we can open up some lockers. The ones that aren't completely broken anyway. I wonder if I can open this locker. Okay, nope, locked. There's a card reader. Blah, blah, blah. Must be how you get the locker open. After all, it's pretty similar to the card readers. Okay, yes. Use your e-handbook. Does that mean? Just give it a try. Yeah, your handbook doesn't work. But what about that emergency handbook I found in the headmaster's hidden room? Okay, let's give it one more try. Oh, I actually have to... Fine. Alright, just what I was hoping for. Now let's see what we've got inside. This locker is totally disorganized. Whoever it belongs to probably has organization problems in every part of their life. Huh. Interesting locker here. There's all kinds of textbooks and notebooks stacked up in no particular order. And dust everywhere. I have to assume whoever's stuff this is didn't do a lot of studying. Not that I can really talk. Trying to act as casual and natural as possible, I picked up one of the notebooks I saw. But the moment I looked inside the notebook, any sense of easiness I may have had evaporated. What? There's no denying what I saw. Inside the notebook was written Yasuhiro Hagakure. Is this our Yasuhiro? The notebook also contained a large number of notes for a variety of different classes, which would mean he attended classes here? No, that can't be possible. I mean, Hiro came to this school at the same time as the rest of us, and we were all sucked into this evil world. We never had the chance to take any classes. So, what is this notebook? Locker notebook has been added to the truth bullets section of your handbook. Is this a deck of playing cards? No, they're tarot cards. But wait, aren't those used for telling fortunes? It's just a coincidence, right? This is a crystal ball. Huh? A crystal ball? No, it can't be. There's no way he ever used this locker. It's just not possible. Especially since his crystal ball that he paid a couple million for was broken by Leon. Very interesting indeed. Yeah, okay, I'm not gonna read the same text for every single freaking locker, but I don't see anything that might be a clue in this one. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Okay, took emergency handbook. And yeah, the lockers that are all bent and out of shape, you can't open those, like even with the emergency handbook. This thing is practically empty. Well, practically doesn't mean completely. There's just one thing, some kind of pocketbook. I don't see a name written on it, so I can't say for sure whose it is. But there's some writing inside. It could be important. I don't like violating the owner's privacy, but I'd better take a look. Looks like a girl's handwriting. And all the letters are spaced out evenly, like whoever wrote them was measuring them. Whoever wrote this must have been really meticulous. Huh? I was flipping through the pocketbook, but my hand froze when I got to a certain page. I saw something familiar written there, words I'd heard before. There's a plan to turn Hope's Peak into a shelter and isolate the students here in a communal life. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. It just so happens to be the headmaster and my father. He was willing to give me some more details regarding the plan. Here's what he said. The point is to keep our student prodigies safe, to keep them as our hope for the future. Only their genius can overcome disaster, and only their hope can overcome despair. For the future of our country, our world, it's not an exaggeration to call this our final hope. We must isolate our superior youth from the corrupted world to serve as the foundation for a new era. We might need to do a little of that, like in the real world right about now. This is the only hope we have. I hope that you'll be willing to go along with this plan. So that's what my father had to say to me. As usual, he made a selfish decision. Wow, I butchered that. That's like just a whole bunch of S's just right next to each other. Cut me some slack here. As usual, he made a selfish decision without consulting anyone else. I can't imagine a worse father. Okay, was she just going through her rebellious phase? Like, oh geez, everything he does. My god, he's such a bad father. This can't be true, can it? But I knew it was, and I knew exactly who the pocketbook belonged to. Kyoko. It couldn't be anyone else. But if this belongs to Kyoko, what was it doing in this locker? And what she wrote here completely contradicts what she already told me. She says she hasn't seen her dad since he left when she was little. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. It just so happens to be the headmaster and my father. What does all this mean? Quickly scan the remaining pages of the notebook. I must have been looking for something that would prove me wrong about this whole thing. When I reached the last page, the question mark spinning through my mind, it started spinning that much faster. When I looked at it, like the rest of the pocketbook, the writing here was messy, disorganized, scrawled. What is this? What does it mean? I have no idea. How could this possibly make any sense? Despair walks among us, and so we survive. There's a second despair. Locker pocketbook has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. But the more I see it, the less sense it makes. Because these lockers, they had to belong to the previous students, right? So why am I seeing this? Why are there things in the lockers that look like they belong to people here? A notebook that seems like it belongs to Hiro, and a pocketbook that seems like it belongs to Kyoko. There has to be some kind of explanation. But if I want to find that out, I have to keep moving the investigation forward. I have to believe in everyone. So, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and spoil this. There is, like, nothing else in any of the remaining lockers. No point in really checking. And yet, I'm still checking just because, but, yeah, whatever. Might as well. These are considered broken. We got one right here. But, oh, okay, that's considered broken too? Oh, yeah, it is kind of off the hinges there. All right, well, cool. Well, we only got one more then. Yeah, took the emergency handbook, blah, blah, blah. Inside, don't see anything, might be a clue. You can also examine the metal plates, too. Found to the locker, no way to get it open. All right. So maybe we should question Kyoko about this thing we found that kind of contradicts what she told us. Or maybe not. Okay, well, let's start investigating somewhere else then. So yeah, a pocketbook belonging to Kyoko with something about a second despair in the back of it, and a notebook belonging to Hiro. It has all kinds of notes and stuff in it. Very interesting indeed. There's also the fact that the headmaster is a dead master. On one hand, I feel very, very bad for making a joke about Kyoko's father being dead. But at the same time, Holy crap. That is probably the most perfect pun I have ever constructed. And that was not even planned. That was right off the top. That was just right off the top. I don't know how to feel right now. Also, why am I walking around like a common plebe? I can just go to the map. Alright, so we got more things to examine. I don't think there's anything remaining on the first or second floors. I mean, yeah, we kind of already covered those. We don't have to worry about them. Yeah, nothing on the first floor dorms. Nothing in the gym. Okay, yes. Alright, well, we got a lot on the 5th floor. So, Biolab, Dojo, and Garden. Well, I said I was going to do 3 and 3, so 2 new areas per video and 1 scene of the crime per video. So let's go to the Biolab then. It's raw! The donkey! Alright, no. No time to quote Gordon Ramsay. What kind of Biolab is this? Well, here I am in the Biolab. It's so cold. It's like abnormally cold. I feel like I'm in a giant refrigerator. Seriously, why is it so cold? And we got the same old with the surveillance cam and the monitor. No point. The ice on the monitor is a nice touch, though. Would that actually happen? Because, yeah, there's no condensation there, so how in the world... Okay, yeah, no... Whatever, yeah, icicles should not form on a monitor unless they got wet. Whatever. There's a stack of tarps here. I've been seeing a lot of these things lately. So cold. Why is it so cold in here? That's the first thing I need to figure out. Well, what do we have here? There's some kind of weird machine or something built into the wall. And on the left side, there's a bunch of glowing blue lights. And on the other side, there's some kind of weird machine or something built into the wall. I've seen something like this before. That's it. I've seen this kind of thing in horror movies and stuff. It's a fridge for storing dead bodies. Does that mean this biolab is actually a morgue? I should probably take a closer look around. So I gotta re-examine these. Some kind of weird machine built to the wall, left side, the lights, on the side are, the ones on the left. The right hand lights are off. It's really it? Like, oh, there's some kind of booklet here. It looks like an instruction manual. We offer an eco-friendly alternative to standard dry ice for all your cadaver needs. Morgues be advertising now? What? In addition to the germicidal lamps, we also provide an ozone generator for the removal of ethylene gas. Simply insert the cadaver and the blue light will let you know the automated systems have activated. Temperature and humidity levels will be adjusted automatically for optimum settings. With our system, anyone can keep a body fresh as a daisy for as long as you need. In the unlikely event of a problem, the red light will activate and an alarm will sound immediately. The exterior is stainless steel, and we do offer an optional leather upholstery upgrade package. Hey, you want your cadaver to be, comfy, right? Go to the afterlife in style. This is the instruction manual for the fridge? Well, looking around, I think I get it. It seems clear to me now. It's some kind of makeshift morgue. Biolab secret has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. And about those lights by each slot. It looks like it's set up that when a slot is occupied, the blue light comes on. Which would mean inside each slot lit up in blue, another one of the victims is Biolab lights added to the truth bullet section. I can't let my emotions take control right now. There's only one thing I can do for everyone who's died, and that's defeat the mastermind. And to do that, I have to continue my investigation. I don't have any other option. I believe we're done here. Let's leave the raw room. And the final room for today's half of the investigation. No, not truth bullets. What am I even doing? Let's see. We got the garden right there. And we got the dojo right there with Toko. Let's go to the garden first, because I don't really want to talk to Toko right now. I'm having a good day. I don't want to ruin it. This is the garden, right? Wait. Yep, it's the garden. Huh? It's gone. Mukuro's body. It's not here? Yeah, the body's done gone missing. Monokuma flower, might you have had something to do with this? Did you eat another people? Maybe the body's inside the tool shed. I better check just to be sure. I didn't find anything even close to a dead body. But if it's not in here either, then it must be... Could it be in the biolab? But corpses aren't the only thing I need to check in here. There's one other thing. That tarp. The tarp played a key role in another case, so I better take a look into it. Or better look into it, rather. The killer used the tarp to keep the sprinklers from getting the body wet, which means the killer might have left some clue behind here. Huh? I didn't notice this before, but there's a small stamp on one corner of the tarp. It says, Biolab? Then, this originally came from the Biolab? Tarp? Add to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Interesting indeed. Nothing else seems to be out of place in here. That's all I really needed to check here. Are you sure? I mean, the body might be in the chicken coop. I clicked on the monitor by accident. No, let's check the chicken coop. Nope, just 4 chickens. Okay. Honestly, I'd be kind of terrified if there were more than that. Same, TBH. What if a chicken laid an egg? Wait, no, those were male chickens, right? Okay. So, yeah. Ending on that note here. Oh, that's just a wall. Holy crap, that's dark, or at least from where I'm sitting. So, yeah. On the second floor of the dorms, we found out that the headmaster is dead. Phone's ringing. Damn it. Boy, I just love telemarketers. Okay, as I was trying to say before I was so rudely interrupted, today we learned that the headmaster is indeed dead on the second floor of the dorms. And also on the second floor of the dorms, we found mementos from Kyoko and Hiro in the lockers. Ooh. And then in the biolab, we found out that the mastermind was probably using that as a makeshift morgue. And in the garden, we found out that the body is missing. There's also other little things and truth bullets we found too, but yeah, things is heating up indeed. Next time we finish the investigation. Thank you all for watching. Have a great day, and see you next time for some more Let's Play Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. Goodbye.